Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I ain't gonna spend too much time on this topic because I do have to stream here in the moment. So yeah, we gonna try to rush through this one, but we are gonna try to make it a full length episode. But anyways, I wanted to talk on a person being a Just a Robot fan in 2025 because nah, man, if you're just a robot fan in 2025, you really have to sit down and think about that. Like, as a kid, because you see where, like, they grow up and then they realize, like, man, that's kind of cringy being just a robot fan. I'm going to go ahead and stop. But as an adult, yeah, that's something you guys sit down and think about. Like, let's just lay this out on the table. All right, let's Macaulay Culkin this, roll out this piece of paper. But let's just talk about your graduation class, right? There's all these different people from your graduation class where they then became lawyers, doctors, construction workers, managers for whatever store. Like, they are accomplishing some stuff right now. You know, they done had kids. They done had, I'm trying to think of some other stuff. They managed to get their dream car. Like, they are making moves. You are just a robot fan. Like, and the funny thing is that they'll try to say, oh, well, I'm doing this, this, and this. Oh, I've accomplished this, this, and this. I graduated college. I did. That's another thing. I'm like, you guys, were there some of the people that you went to school with where your graduation class, they done went to college. So now that's another, W that they can add to themselves. What W could you add to yourself? Because I see it where it's like when you're being just a robot fan, you're not accomplishing nothing. You know, like I seen that a lot throughout the years where at some point in time, you just see where just a robot fan disappears. Because I'm like, wow, life done got up to like you like being in the, I guess in the shoes of just a robot fan. You're like, dang, life done caught up to me. I got to start doing some stuff right now. I can't be this just a robot fan anymore. That's usually how it goes. I don't think I've ever seen a successful Just a Robot fan. Just a Robot has to probably be the only successful Just a Robot fan. But other than that, those that subscribe to him, those that have been supporting him throughout the years, it's either they have just quietly disappeared or they realize that, like, yeah, just a robot. Because you seen that when that video came out of him defending that pedophile, like, his fans was flipping on him that very same day. Like, I have been hearing stories about stuff like that, and I'm like, dang, so it didn't even take videos and stuff of, like, people, because I was always thinking that, like, okay, he uploaded the video, people didn't really know how I guess, like, they were being quiet about how they were, gonna respond to it and stuff, like, they didn't want to, like, come out and say, oh, I didn't like this video, just a robot, because they know what he's about, and they know what he is, but then they start seeing all these different people making videos about him. I assumed that it was because of those videos, that's why people started flipping on him. No, people were flipping on him as soon as he uploaded that video, and then word got around to other content creators like Chud Logic and then everybody else, and then that's when I was like, I seen it for myself, and I'm like, dang, bruh, he's really getting it right now. And that's the thing though, where it's like, it trips me out even after this situation, because he's been canceled before on the internet for stuff. Like, he was canceled for the sexism, he was canceled for the racism, and then I feel like there might probably been, then there was like, he had his own little situation where he got caught up talking to a minor, and how did all that stuff turn out? Where it's like, we just, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I was involved in that, but overall, people just, his fans just swept it underneath the rug. But I feel like that he should have been canceled along, like a permanent cancel, like the cancellation that he's going through now. This should have been happening years ago. But overall, though, yeah, people were just, sweeping it under the rug. And then it took this one particular moment, out of all the crazy things that he's done throughout his career, it took this one thing to, I guess, get people to realize the person that he is. And what trips me out is that you still got people, I guess, trying to be a fan. Like, so the main motivation behind this episode was that so if you guys remember me talking about one of his fans that was threatening my life, maybe, what was it, a month or two ago? Yeah, he came back. And after, so his account had got suspended. I can't remember if I had mentioned that or not. I think I might have, but yeah, he overall is trying to come back. He messaged me on Instagram, just leaving me a weird message, and then he just recently tried to reach out to me on Reddit, and I'm like, bro, do you not have, like, I guess, like, yeah, you know, if this, because here's the thing, I don't want to believe that this is an adult. Like, if it is, like, bro, grow up. You're not a kid anymore, all right? Like, you're out here doing kid stuff, and you got people around you that's out here doing whole adult things. Grow up. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself. But if you're a kid, then it's like, yeah, you know, it's summer vacation. But that's the thing, though. It's I don't know, maybe he just got like some stuff going. Maybe he's like old enough to where it's like he can work, but he's still young enough to where it's like he's a minor. Like he's like 16, 17 or something, but he's just enjoying his summer vacation. But I'm like, that, I guess talking to that fan, I'm like, life is going to hit you hard one day. Like, no, I'm saying, like, you're going to be sitting down thinking, like, dang, I could have been doing something during that time frame where I was harassing people that, I don't know if it's just me or if it's other, like, people that got into it with Just a Robot, but if it is just me, regardless of whoever it is, whether it's me or many people, you're wasting your time trying to, I guess, like, you know, reach out to us, and you're just saying stupid stuff. It ain't like he's saying things where it's like, I can look at it and be like, dang, he's right. Like, you're just saying like things where it's just, oh, okay, it's cringy overall. Like, if I could just sum it up, it's pretty cringy how that guy's carrying on. But I mean, that's how it always is with Just a Robot fan. And that's why I wanted to do this episode, talking about a person being a Just a Robot fan in 2025. What do you gain from it? Like, what do you gain about, like, telling people, like, even with the one dude, where it's like, he wasn't talking about being a fan of his, but he was talking about being a friend. I'm like, even some stuff like that, where it was, yeah, but it was the one guy, he reached out to me some time ago, then was trying to debate me sometime later, but no, he reached out to me talking about, you know, I'm friends with Just a Robot, right? And I'm like, I'm sorry to hear that. I truly am. Because, man, that's something that I wouldn't be proud of. That's something where I'm like, I don't want to tell people that, you know. But, and that's the thing, where it's like talking to Just a Robot fan, and you know, there's just some things I got to say to Just a Robot himself. Highly doubt he'll ever do it. But anyways, but it's pretty much the same business with his fans. I'm like, go and tell people that you're a fan of Just a Robot. Explain to people who he is, the drama that he done been part of, his racism allegations, his sexism allegations, you know, his whole thing of, for some odd reason, defending pedophiles and stuff. But overall, tell people that. Explain to people why you are a fan of Just a Robot. I would love to see people's reaction to that. But that's the thing. I know that that's never going to happen. I know that I'm never going to see that video as much as I would love to. Because I'm telling you right now, I probably would go out, buy myself a cheap suit. I would get all dressed up. Fam, I'm telling you right now, I would love to react to a video of Just a Robot himself, because I'm gonna get to what I would like for him to do, but I would love to see a Just a Robot fan try to explain to people why I'm a fan of Just a Robot. Like, please, I would love to see that. That needs to be a challenge. That needs to be a serious challenge. I would love to see that challenge. That's one challenge that I'm all for. Because you see these internet challenges where people be risking their lives and stuff, and I'm like, nah, with me, I know that it would be one of those, like, cringe compilation videos. But I'm like, man, I would love to see it. Like, I would love to see it. Then for Just a Robot, it's like, I would love to see him try to explain people his videos. Like, try to explain to people why you defended a pedophile. Try to explain to people why you uploaded a video. It was supposed to be a joke, or it was like an out of context joke or something, where he was, I guess, trying to explain how EDP 445 could have gotten out of his situation. You know, yeah, explain that to a parent. Explain that to, you know, yeah, somebody that has a love and care for kids. Explain to them, like, oh, I was joking around about how EDP could have gotten away with being a pedophile. Please explain that. I would love for him to explain some of his most craziest videos. Even if it's just, if you want to explain to people your hatred towards me, because that was something that I had told that fan on Twitter, the one that was threatening my life, the one is like, you know, the motivation behind this episode and stuff. I told him that. I'm like, go out and tell people, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, whether it whoever, you know, kids that you go to school with, teachers you go to school with, or co-workers at your job, explain the hatred that you have for me towards them. I guarantee and I promise you, a lot of people are going to be looking at you like you're weird. That's why they'll never do no video like that, because they don't want to have that. They don't want that look to be looking at them. They don't want to have it where it's like, now there's people that know, because between me and Just a Robot, who do you think he then told their parents about their content creating first, or content creating career? Who do you think then seen each other? Because I'm not ashamed of showing anybody my videos. Somebody asked like, oh yeah, can I watch? I had it where my manager at my old job was sitting around watching my videos. I was not ashamed. I'm like, fam, cool. I'm all for it. Please watch as many videos as you would like to watch. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to take down, delete. I guess maybe it'd be some of my earlier work where I'm like, man, I was a kid. I ain't really know what I was doing videos where I'm holding up an iPod Touch playing Grand Theft Auto 4 off of it, or it wasn't my digital. It was either my digital camera or my iPod Touch, regardless. But there's videos I uploaded back then where I'm like, I still would want people to watch those videos just to be like, dang, your content has improved a lot. Like the quality, you're talkative, you're like, you got more to say, like you're a content creator. Like back then you were just kind of finding yourself, but you're a whole content creator now. Do you think Just a Robot and his friends and family, do you think there's probably very few people that know about his content creating career? But I would love to see like his parents sit down and react to some of his videos. Like, even if it's a video about me, I would love to see that. It's either they're going to be super racist throughout that reaction, or they're going to be super confused. One of the two. But I'm like, because I feel like that who Just a Robot is, it came from somewhere. Maybe he was just influenced by the wrong crowd, or maybe it's his parents. But who he is, it came from somewhere. It honestly wouldn't surprise me if his parents came out to be Trump supporters. He seems like he comes from that sphere. I don't know. Probably seen some people that in them rallies where I'm like, dang, they kind of look like him. But anyways, but no, I would love to see that. I would love to see people that he knows, friends and family, same with his fans too, where it's like you guys are showing people this internet sphere, this Just a Robot sphere that's on the internet, whether it's social media, videos, whatever, tweets, whatever. I would love to see people's reaction to that. But like I said, I know I'm never going to see that, so it's one of those things where I'm like, dang, man, it's a big what if, like, it's one of those like what if questions, like what if we seen the challenge where that was going on. But anyways, that's just the thing though with Just a Robot's fans, is that it's like I feel like that they might not ever come out and admit it, but they're ashamed of being his fan. But it's like, what else do they got going for themselves? Like, they don't have anything going for themselves. This is it. Like, this is peak. This is the pinnacle. This is the furthest that they're going to go with life. But and the reason why I say that, and I know people are going to probably be all like, that's a little bit dark and messed up to say, but I'm like, there's all these different things that you could be doing. Even if it's like finding a hobby and, and it's like, yeah, you might not like the stuff that I listed off, like, whether it's being a content creator yourself or just overall doing something that doesn't involve you being Just a Robot fan. Here it is. That's the road that you decide to take. And I'm supposed to look at you as a normal human being. That's not normal behavior. I ain't never seen nobody willingly go out of their way to be a Just a Robot fan. Like, that's one thing. And the reason why I say that is because the times where I've told people about his videos, whether it was my friends or my family or even co-workers at my old job, the customers at my job, like the ones that I was close with, and then they asked me about content creating, I show them, and then they were like, wait a minute, like who are these people making hate videos about you? Seeing their reactions to that stuff, they know that they would see that same reaction. But it's like that's the thing though, like I see that type of stuff and I'm like, man, like these are normal day-to-day people. These are people that are not even really into like social media, content creating, the internet, all that stuff. They'll go on there maybe to figure out like, why do my plants keep dying? Or, or they look up how to connect a HDMI cord to a TV or something. These were the people that I was talking to. And then when they would see my face, they see these videos, and then they were like, bro, who are these people making videos about you? People that don't know nothing about content creating, but they are laughing in my face about these people. So that's why I'm like, man, to me, it is embarrassing being Just a Robot fan. It really is. Because I'm like, here it is. You could be doing all these different things with yourself, with life, all that. You'd rather sit and be just a robot fan. You'd rather sit and carry on his legacy. Like, that's one of those things where I just, and it's funny because I know after I post this episode, people are going, his fans are going to try to, like, bum rush the episode, being like, oh, it's you still talking about Just a Robot. You're still a fan of Just a Robot. What do you think is worse? I'm warning people about the dangers of being a fan of Just a Robot. Like, I don't want people to just be throwing their life away on some silly stuff. What do you got going on? Why are you still Just a Robot fan in 2025? Sit down and think long and hard about that question, because I would really love to see an answer. All right, yeah, there might be some people out there where they just enjoy the content. They're not this hateful individual. They just like his work and craft. Even then, still, I'm like, that's something where I'm like, I don't even want to admit to no stuff like that. So it's like, really, there's no way possible you can explain it to me like it's normal being Just a Robot fan in 2025, especially after all the stuff that he's been called out for. Come on now. Like, that's stuff that you really gotta sit down and think about. So, but anyways, yeah, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service, and peace.